Hi, and welcome to Roof's Restorations. In this video, I'll be taking a look at this decorative side table. But before I do, I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the people who've reached out to me over the last few months, asking after my health. As you know, I had a table saw accident. My finger's a lot better now, and we're back to making videos. But unfortunately, during that process, I had an allergic reaction to the antibiotics and had problems with my kidneys and liver. So it's been a bit of a struggle, but I'm back on form now, and hopefully we'll be making videos very regularly from here on in. With that in mind, please make a note to subscribe and press the notification bell so that at least you know when there is another video coming out. Thanks for everything. Now let's get on with the work. Today, I'll be using a random orbit sander generously provided by Dong Cheng to tackle the sanding work. Stick around till the end because I'll be sharing my honest thoughts on how this sander performed and whether I think it's a solid option for anyone looking for a great value, good quality tool. The previous owner of the table had stripped the original dark finish, and in doing so, they exposed some sapwood, so I'll need to colour match it before I do the rest of the top. The cobwebs came free, so I don't mind removing them. The top has a number of dark stains and patches of what I think is black mould, so I'll need to use some mould killer before tackling the stains. The bottom was completely split, so I'll need to joint it once the legs are removed. As you can see, the table was much darker originally, but my biggest concern is that the top appears to have been repaired using an epoxy glue, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. Well, I've come to a stop very early. All 8 of these screws are rusted. I can't get them out. I've tried using heat. I've tried using everything I can think of. And now I think the only thing left is to drill them out. I've drilled out this one. But it's going to be a bit of a long process. But let's give it a crack. Just keep stepping up the drill size to see if I can start to get through the actual screw. It's the second one out. Problem is that these two snapped off, and I'll still need to get these out.
that's been fixed by using epoxy, which is going to be a bit of a pain because... Oh, cat. That one's fallen off as well. Oh, I need to fix that one then. Maybe not. When comparing the Dong Cheng sander to my favourite, my Turbo, you can see the Dong Cheng is quite a lot smaller. It's quite easy to use in the hand. It's got a low centre of gravity, and it actually is very, very smooth. This one, although it's my favourite sander, it can have quite a lot of vibration, and certainly with my finger at the minute, I'm feeling the vibrations through this one more than this one, which I must admit is a bit of a surprise. But hey, the whole point of looking at this is to try and figure out whether it's a good value tool. So far, I have to say I think it is. Let's get on with some more sanding and we'll see how we feel at the end of it all. One thing I do like is this dust collector. It's a two-part one, so you don't have to keep taking it off the sander. But as you can see, it's already kicking quite a lot of dust, and there's very little escaping into the atmosphere. One thing that I've noticed is the dust port is very small. So my normal dust extractor won't fit on it. So you would, if you wanted to use this with a dust extractor, you'd need to get a converter. But that's not the end of the world. They're about. So I'm not going to try and sand out these marks. I'm going to try and use some oxalic acid on those. I think they're quite ingrained in, so if I try and sand them, I'll end up sanding a hole in the table. But so far, this is really impressing me, to be honest. It uses a 125mm disc, 8 holes, so it's easy to find sandpaper for. It's very, very strong hook and look. I know it's early, and that'll ease off a little bit, but at the moment, it's a bit of a struggle to get the actual sanding discs off, which can't be a bad idea. What I need to do is try and tint this down a little bit to try and match a little bit more with the colour of the top in general. I've been doing some experimentation, and I'm going to use some watered down light oak stain, and then I'm going to cover that with some rosewood stain. It looks horrific on the wood as it is, but hopefully when you see it with the finish on, these colours will blend in really well. This looks horrific, so I'll warn you now. This is white spirit I'm using here, so that's diluting. It's trying to disguise any lines that are left around the outside of the stain, but this will take a while, so I'm going to carry on with this, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. So now I'm going to use some of my favourite Gilboy's Antique Gold to try and give this a bit of a polish, and then I think we'll be done. Obviously I'll need to assemble the table first, but it's just easier to polish it in 2 parts, as it already is in 2 parts. I've got my little assistant, subscribers working the cameras from behind, so let's get going. Really hard. That's it. Then do you want me to do some?
Yeah.
Okay.
we use Skills Boys wax oil first, and then we'll be using some Skills Boys wax.
As you can see from the gloves, my assistants have now run away and left me to do all the boring bits.
Lights, cameras, action. Okay, what's on here?
Just polish it now. Solid rug on the top, just on the top. Yeah, in the middle.
I don't remember what.
No, this will be it.
Oh.
I'll just do the boring bits now, the legs and stuff, and then you can come back in and we'll put it together. We'll screw it together.
Yeah, and delete the things we don't need.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Like. Subscribe. Like.
Earlier in the video, I showed you the DongCheng sander working at fairly low speeds and with fairly fine sandpaper. So I thought I'd give it a final test because there are a few things that I did wrong when I was doing the video. First of all, I left the top of my workbench unprotected when I was doing the staining. And I've now got a top that looks like a Dalmatian dog. So I thought I'd use this sander, see if I could use it to clean the top of the surface up. So, overall, what do I think? I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that for the price of the tool, it was going to be tatty, cheap, insubstantial. Well, I was more than pleasantly surprised. It feels solid in the hand. It's actually a very vibration-free tool, which was a big surprise to me. It's got a lovely low centre of gravity, so it doesn't try to bounce around. If I'm honest, I was quite taken aback by how good this tool was. If you compare this to an equivalent DeWalt, very similar looking design, you're talking 80, 90, £100. This is a third of that, and I'm honest. I'll give you an honest opinion. I wouldn't lie to you. I think it's just as good. It's obviously not a festival. No one's expecting it to be, but comparing to the middle range tools, the Milwaukees, the DeWalts, the Ryobis, I think you've got just as good a tool here for a considerably less price, and as such, I would thoroughly recommend it. Much to my own surprise. Anyway, that's it. Let's move on to the final reveal on the table. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.